Hey there, and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Concerning Sofyan Amrabat injury update provided as Man United man absent for international games. Manchester United Sofyan Amrabat appears to be facing injury troubles, further compounding the growing list of injury concerns at the club. Despite showing promise at Old Trafford under Erik Ten Hag, the midfielder's availability has been cast into doubt. Amrabat was omitted from the squad for the Atlas Lions friendly match against Ivory Coast and couldn't participate in a game that took place yesterday due to an injury issue, as reported by Al Ayyam 24. This injury comes as an untimely setback for Manchester United, especially amidst uncertainty surrounding Casemiro's condition. Morocco's manager, Walid Regragui, addressed the situation, acknowledging Amrabat's injury woes. He stated, "We will not hide behind absences because we know about Amrabat's absence before the start of the camp. Amrabat can get injured at some point. We must find a solution and alternative, and we have players capable of filling the void that Sofyan will leave." The decision to allow the 27-year-old midfielder to travel to the national team camp, knowing he was already carrying an injury, raises the questions about player management. With the concern over Casemiro's fitness and Amrabat's absence, Manchester United faces challenges in the upcoming games against Sheffield United. One possible option, given the circumstances, would be to field Scott McTominay as the deepest midfielder at Bramall Lane. However, this could be a risk, particularly considering McTominay's recent standout performance against Brentford. A report from the Daily Mail highlighted Manchester United's investigation into ongoing injury issues, and Amrabat's injury, the second since joining the club, underscores the need for the club to address and resolve these pressing concerns. Man United star Marcus Rashford ends 9-game goal drought on England duty. Manchester United star Marcus Rashford put an end to his goal drought in style during a recent England match. He scored a fantastic goal against Italy, bringing his 9-game streak without a goal to a close. England found themselves trailing Luciano Spalletti's Italian team early in their Euro 2024 qualifier. However, they quickly turned the tables and secured the wins with a goal from Harry Kane, who converted a penalty that was earned by Jude Bellingham. Bellingham also set up Rashford's goal during a swift counter-attack. Rashford, the Manchester United player, cut inside from the left side and unleashed a powerful shot from the edge of the box. Italy's defense couldn't stop him, and the match ended 2-1 after another goal from Kane in the 77th minute. With this victory, England has secured their spot in next summer's tournament with a few games to spare. For Manchester United, Rashford's performance is a significant positive. Before this, he hadn't scored a goal in 9 games, last netting one against Arsenal in early September. Apart from his goal, Rashford had a solid all-around performance. He won 5 ground and aerial duels, made 2 successful take-ons, and had 45 touches with 21 successful passes. Impressively, he had 4 attempts on goal. Rashford had been struggling with his confidence in front of the net, but his performance in this game could be a turning point, especially considering the tough opponent he faced. Manchester United's season has had a rocky start, with only 12 points from their first 8 league games and no points from their opening 2 Champions League matches. This makes the coming weeks crucial for the club, and Rashford will have a big role to play. Fans are eagerly waiting for him to find the net more often for Manchester United, especially in their upcoming matches against Sheffield United, Copenhagen, and the highly anticipated Manchester Derby, with the advantage of playing on their home turf. Rasmus Hojlund rejects comparisons towards best Erling Haaland. Manchester United's emerging talent, Rasmus Hojlund, has gracefully declined any comparisons with Manchester City's prolific scorer, Erling Haaland, acknowledging that Haaland stands in a league of his own. Hojlund, who recently shone in a UEFA Euro qualifier match against San Marino, making a crucial impact by scoring the opening goal in a thrilling 2-1 victory, remains optimistic about his future performances. In a conversation with TV2 before the match, he was asked about Erling Haaland. Hojlund stated, "I would prefer not to be compared to him. I believe he operates on a completely different level. I aspire to reach his level someday, but for now, I think it's too early." Erling is, without a doubt, the world's best striker, if not the world's best footballer. I don't wish to draw direct comparisons, but I hope that one day I can emulate his achievements. The young United player, wearing the number 11 jersey, added, "Who knows? I am only 20 years old. We'll have to wait and see where this journey takes me." When asked about the prospect of facing Haaland in the upcoming Manchester derby on October 29, Hojlund humorously noted that the Norwegian international might need to curb his goal-scoring appetite on that occasion. Hojlund further remarked, "Like I mentioned, Erling is a class act. He has had some absolutely outstanding years. He is an incredible footballer. I'm striving to learn from him." Since joining the Red Devils this summer from Atalanta, the 20-year-old Hojlund has already made an impact by scoring 3 goals, all of which have come in the Champions League. He has injected a breath of fresh air into the club's forward line and is steadily growing in stature at Old Trafford with each passing game. Manager raves about outstanding Man United star who completed 93% of his passes. Manchester United's Harry Maguire received high praise from England's manager Gareth Southgate following his recent performance against Italy, where England secured a 3-1 victory. Maguire, who often finds himself lower down the pecking order at Manchester United, has been a reliable and valued player for his national team. Southgate, speaking to the BBC after the match, commended Maguire and labelled him as an important asset for the England squad. He acknowledged the challenges Maguire faces with limited playing time at his club, but emphasized the defender's significance to the national team. While Maguire's club career has seen him competing for a spot in the Manchester United lineup, his form has been on the rise in recent weeks. His contribution, including assisting in the winning goal against Brentford, has been crucial, and with ongoing injuries to other players, he is expected to maintain his position in the starting 11 for the upcoming matches. The return of Rafael Varane remains uncertain, and there is a possibility that he may be preserved for a crucial Champions League fixture scheduled for next Tuesday as Maguire continues to make the most of his opportunities. His career at Manchester United appears to be on an upward trajectory. Manchester United ready to cut their losses on Anthony Martial in January. Manchester United seems prepared to make a move regarding Anthony Martial when the transfer window reopens in early 2024. Martial, a Frenchman who has been with the Red Devils for 9 seasons, faces an uncertain future as his contract expires next summer. While there is an option to extend his £250,000 a week deal for an additional 12 months, United appears unsure about doing so given his recent form. According to reports from TalkSport, United is actively seeking ways to offload Martial during the January transfer window. They seem willing to accept a minimal fee for the 27-year-old, who originally joined from Monaco in a deal worth up to £58 million. Martial endured an injury-plagued 22-23 campaign, missing a substantial 29 games for the club across all competitions. Due to his unreliability, United made a significant investment in young striker Rasmus Hojlund over the summer, and Hojlund has now become the undisputed starter up front. Martial currently serves as the backup striker in the squad, and United might not be inclined to extend his contract, especially given his injury-prone record. If United does manage to part ways with Martial in January, they could potentially reinvest the funds in another young centre forward, notably Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Inouye are on the verge of acquiring a 25% stake in the club, which will grant them influence over sporting matters. Therefore, mid-season investment wouldn't come as a surprise. Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Manchester United deal set to be delayed. The purchase of Manchester United by British billionaire Sir Jim Ratcliffe appears to have hit a delay, with the finalization of the deal expected in the next fortnight. The Telegraph reports that the club's board is not expected to make a decision this week, as they are still ironing out the last details. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the owner of Inouye, was anticipated to secure a 25% stake in Man United after Sheikh Jassim withdrew his offer for the club last week. While Ratcliffe's £1,305 billion investment offer remains on the table, there are ongoing discussions before the deal is sealed. The Glazers announced their intention to sell the club in search of a new investment almost a year ago. However, the process has yet to conclude, leaving some Manchester United supporters frustrated with the current American owners. Fans are eager to see the Glazers depart, as they have been criticized for not doing enough to rejuvenate the club's success since their leveraged buyout in 2005. Many believe that the quality of the first team falls behind the clubs like Manchester City and Liverpool, and that both the stadium and the training facilities are in dire need of redevelopment. A significant section of Red Devil supporters had hoped that Sheikh Jassim would win the takeover battle, as his offer was for the complete purchase of the club, which would have ensured the Glazers' exit from any role at Manchester United. The current United owners have demonstrated over the past year that they are in no hurry to relinquish control of the club and would prefer to address all aspects of the deal before signing off, particularly as Ratcliffe seeks full control over the football side of the business. Man United in the picture to sign Inter Milan left-back Federico Di Marco. Reports from calciomercato.it suggest that Manchester United is showing interest in signing Inter Milan defender Federico Di Marco. Currently, the Red Devils have Luke Shaw, Tyrell Malacia and Sergio Reguilon as left-back options in their first-team squad. Despite their existing options, Di Marco continues to be linked to the club. Calciomercato.it suggests that the Italian defender might fit the profile sought by Erik Ten Hag's team. Di Marco, 25 years old, has a contract with Inter that extends until June 2026, and discussions are underway to potentially double his wages with a new deal. However, this doesn't necessarily rule out the possibility of his departure, and it's reported that Inter won't consider a future transfer for less than €50 million. Man United has faced a challenging start to the season, with both Shaw and Malacia suffering long-term injuries. Reguilon also had a hamstring injury before the international break, but he is expected to return for the upcoming match against Sheffield United. The club currently finds itself in a left-back depth crisis. However, Shaw and Malacia are expected to regain fitness before the new year. In our perspective, it's highly unlikely that the club will pursue the acquisition of Di Marco despite his impressive attacking contributions for Inter. There is a greater chance that Manchester United may opt for a permanent deal for Reguilon, who has made a positive impression during his loan spell from Tottenham Hotspur. His work rate and consistent performances have caught the eye, and he could be available for a more reasonable fee than Di Marco. Man United face fresh competition from Manchester City in pursuit of João Neves. Manchester United and Manchester City seem poised for a head-to-head battle in the pursuit of Benfica wonderkid João Neves, as reported by Record. João Neves, a 19-year-old midfielder, has garnered significant attention in European football with his standout performances for Benfica. establishing himself as a regular starter in the defensive midfield position. United had shown their interest in signing him next summer, but records suggest that Pep Guardiola's Manchester City has also joined the race to secure the highly rated young talent from Portugal. Currently, Neves has a €120 million release clause in his contract, but Benfica may be willing to accept a lower fee, much like they did when Gonzalo Ramos departed last summer. Paris Saint-Germain successfully acquired Ramos for around €80 million despite his buyout clause. United should be optimistic about negotiating a similar deal. However, the key question lies in whether they can persuade the young talent to choose them amid the growing interest from other high-profile clubs. City's enter into the race further intensifies the competition, with the likes of PSG and Real Madrid potentially joining in ahead of the next summer transfer window. One factor in favor of Manchester United is their relationship with super agent Jorge Mendes, who represents João Neves, initiating early talks could position United at the forefront of the queue. In recent times, clubs have secured verbal agreements with the players, and United might want to explore a similar approach with João Neves to give them an advantage in securing his signature. João Neves is a versatile player who can operate in both defensive and central midfield roles, making him a potential long-term successor to players like Casemiro. He is already known for his strong distribution and active involvement in midfield duels. Manchester United eyeing Theo Hernandez to solve left back issues. Manchester United is facing a left back crisis, with both Luke Shaw and Tyrell Malacia sidelined for the long term. Sergio Reguilon, who arrived on loan as an emergency solution for the left back position, is also currently unavailable. To address this issue, United might prioritize recruiting a new left back depending on the extent of the injuries to the current players. According to La Gazzetta dello Sport, United is considering making a bid for AC Milan fullback Theo Hernandez. Links with the Frenchman had emerged over the summer, but the high cost of the deal prevented it from materializing. The report indicates that Paris Saint-Germain is also in the race for the Champions League winner, which has raised concerns among Milan's leadership. The 26-year-old's current contract runs until 2026, and his market value stands at €60 million, according to Transfer Market. His current wages are relatively modest, earning €4 million per season plus bonuses, which translates to around £67,000 per week. However, Hernandez's significant asking price might pose a challenge for United in January, potentially allowing PSG to make a move, especially considering they also acquired his brother, Lucas. Prizing the fullback away from Italy will not be an easy task, as AC Milan is also attempting to negotiate a new contract with improved wages, while they are trying to expedite the process due to interest from both United and PSG. Hernandez has been a key member of the AC Milan defense this season, helping the team secure 6 clean sheets in 9 games so far. In the previous campaign, the France international scored 4 goals and provided 5 assists, drawing interest from clubs across Europe over the summer. As we wrap up today's Manchester United news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.